Today we're going to be talking about a single artist. We chose pieces from the same artist. And this is a designer that I have said before is an artist that if I could only purchase from one designer for the rest of my life, this would be the designer.
Wow, that's huge.
That's huge. But
That's huge.
if I had to make my entire jewelry wardrobe just this artist, I would.
So who is it?
And if you haven't guessed yet, knowing me, knowing us, it's Gabriella Kiss.
Gabriella Kiss. I'm so excited. This was so hard to narrow it down.
Yeah, and I think that we were just talking before we started recording. I think that one of the reasons I'm so drawn to her is not only because the jewelry is beautiful, but because she is a true artist and she doesn't care what anybody else is doing. She's just living in the woods, making her jewelry, being inspired by nature. And I think that's one of the most compelling things about her.
Yeah, I agree. I think when I saw this picture that you picked, this is in her entryway to her studio. She has like this beautiful table and then this mantle with all of these treasures and gifts from other people. And I think she just approaches jewelry in this really organic way of, being connected with nature, and that resonates through everything. And we all just want to be friends with her, right? Like we all want to like go explore this mantelpiece, give her gifts to put on it. It's just everything she touches is amazing, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. And this picture on the left is when I saw her at a trade show and I asked if I could take a picture of her rings.
I love that she wears that many.
Yeah, I love it too. I think it's so artfully put together too, her ring
Yeah.
stack. I just want to know her. I want to sit down and have some tea with her.
I know, me too. Well, I met her, but I don't know her, but I agree. I'd love to just like hang out. I wanted to say too, when I went to her studio, what I will forever remember is that, so she has this beautiful little house as a studio, and then across the street, she has her house where she lives. And they have just this field of wildflowers. I've never seen anything like it. And she has I think she had two dogs. Anyway, there was one dog running around just through the field of flowers. And I was just like coming from Manhattan, like, yeah, I want to live here with Gabriella Kiss, please.
That's
It's
the dream.
amazing. Yeah,
Sounds amazing. Well, let's get into it.
let's do it.
So these brooches are on your wish list.
Yeah, I love these. I mean, they're so delicate and so beautiful. And I think just an easy thing to wear on anything, right? Like, or put it on a coat and never take it off. They're just, and they look like they're moving too. It's crazy. I don't even know how she does this.
Yeah, and you need both, kind of like two of
Yeah.
them next to each other. They like really complement each other.
Mhm.
I think you need a snake by Gabriella Kiss in your collection. I think if you
Yeah.
are collecting, if you're headed that direction, you want to buy your first piece, I think a snake is a good place to start. She does them so well.
She does. It's like they're alive. I don't even know. It's like you see snakes all the time, right? Everyone, not everyone, a lot of people do snakes. But then when you see this, you're like, oh my God, like, why is this so amazing? I don't even understand.
I don't know. It does look like they're moving.
Yeah.
I have had these hoops on my wish list forever. I
I love
think
these.
that her snakes are really special.
Yeah, I'm glad you picked these because I saw these and I thought, gosh, those are so beautiful. And I mean, I feel like if you saw these in person, you would want to ask questions about them.
Yeah, and they're also like, I think we're going to do a whole wish list about hoops. I love hoop earrings. I love really well designed hoop earrings. And they have such nice detail, but they're also really simple at the same time.
Yeah, you're right. Do they have stones on them? They do,
Yeah,
right?
they have little diamond eyes. And then she has versions that have like little drop down stones. But I
Yeah.
like the simple plain kind. She also does an iconic snake ring that's
Yeah,
really incredible too. But
she
she's,
does.
yeah, her snakes are the best.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Highly recommend. They look so friendly too.
They do. They're friendly snakes.
Friendly snakes. So these earrings I thought of these when you're talking about the field of flowers.
Oh yeah, that's what these reminded me of, actually. These are just so pretty. I don't have a lot of like pretty jewelry in my collection. I have like, quirky jewelry or then weird. It's weird. It's a weird collection, right? But these are so pretty. And I wanted to show this picture of them on because I really love how big they are. But I also think I'd love to wear it like up at the top of my ear or in the second hole with something else. Like, I think these are just like, those are like tiaras for your ears, kind of. Like, I don't want to see them down here. I want to see them like somewhere else on your ear.
I love that. I was surprised by this pick for you, just because they are a little bit more feminine and delicate than you usually
Yeah.
look for. But then seeing the scale, I was like, oh yeah, I could see JB wearing those.
Yeah, I love
The
that.
little detail of the stones in the middle,
I know. I think they're yellow sapphires.
so pretty.
Yeah, so pretty.
Do you own any Gabriella Kiss?
No, I don't, but doing this pick, I mean, I've always been like, oh my God, I want those ships, which we'll get to. Sorry to spoiler alert.
They were
But we had talked about the ships before, so it's probably no surprise. But they're like $11,000 for like those. I mean, so that's not happening. But when I was doing this, there's a piece coming up that I think I might go after because it's in my price range. But yeah, no, I don't. It's really hard to decide. But tell us about your Gabriella Kiss.
So I actually have two.
You do?
I do, I know. The first piece of Gabriella Kiss I ever bought was a slug stud. And
Cool.
have you seen her slug studs?
I have. I didn't know you had one. I love that.
Yeah, that was because I couldn't afford two. I couldn't afford anything else, but I bought a slug stud because that's what I could afford. And then when I had more money, I bought an eye ring,
Yeah,
which I
love
wear
this
pretty much
ring.
every day. And I think that's another like iconic piece in our collection is her rings with body parts on
Yeah.
them.
I was gonna pick that ring because I think that, especially the eye one, I think is so great, and I would love one of those. But I knew you had one, so I was like, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I would say that I got the bigger size. To get the smaller size for your pinky. I love that idea. I kind of want a second one, a
Yeah.
little guy for my pinky.
Yeah, that would be super cute. And she makes she makes like a nose and an ear, right?
And yeah, I love her sculpt. Like everything's so sculptural and beautiful. But for me, the next piece I would actually purchase from this wish list would be the snake hoops. They've been on my wish list forever. I know I'd wear them a bunch. So we need to make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to
So
come try those on when you have them.
yeah, definitely. We'll have to share. This next necklace, I need both. I need two. That's why I included this picture from August, LA, who has, if you're ever in LA, go to August because they have the most stunning collection of Gabriella Kiss. But this is a pine needle necklace. And last wish list, I showed those Fernando George diamond necklaces. I don't know.
I was just thinking of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I need this look for some reason. However I achieve it, whether it be with diamonds or with beautiful matte gold, I need some sort of necklace look.
Yeah.
But I kind of love the two of them layered together.
I love this. And it's funny that you brought up the Fernando one because when I saw this, I was like, oh, those Fernando ones she picked would look great with this.
Right?
It's funny because I'm not really into necklaces, but I recently bought a necklace, which I haven't done in years. And then I also picked a necklace for this list. And I think you might have turned me on to this. And I know this whole like neck mess thing has been happening, and while cool, I don't like to be on trend. I'd rather do the opposite. But I feel like we're coming around now, me and you, to like, okay, now it's time for us to do necklaces, right?
But I like the layered thing, but I cannot do more than two. I am stressed out by more than two necklaces. So
I know, I'm always like, are they straight? It's like, and whenever I wear them, I don't understand how people wear them without them having to like readjust them all the time.
but some people wear them beautifully and really well.
We
And I
do.
love it. It looks good on them. It looks weird on us. We're earring people.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
love
who
to
we-
look at neck messes.
Yes,
I
same.
love it. Yeah.
But again, these two I would wear with the Fernando George diamond necklaces also. I would wear
These
them
are
all to the
beautiful.
playground and to story time and every day.
All your hot events.
all the crazy events I'm going to.
I love it.
I love these. These are on your wish list.
Yeah, these
need
are the
them.
ones that I could afford. Are
Yeah,
these?
you need them.
Yeah, I love these too. They're so cute, and this is really suited to my collection too. But they go back to your ring, right? Of this like these human body parts. They're so cute.
Yeah, they're perfect. They're
And they're
perfect.
tiny, just tiny little,
Just a little detail.
tiny little guys. Yeah.
Love it. So these earrings I put on a wish list before. I forgot when we did whatever wish list we did like a year ago. I put these on, but I still think about them. I think they're at Meter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Store. Is that how
These
you
are
say that?
so pretty. I don't
Um,
know. Yeah.
anyway, another store that I pulled several photos from, we'll tag them in the show notes, that has a beautiful collection of Gabriella Kiss. There's only a few stores in the country that have a really beautiful collection of Gabriella Kiss. The other one is Quadrum in Boston. That's where I bought both of my Gabriella Kiss pieces.
Oh, you did? You know,
Yeah.
it's funny because I was doing I started researching on Instagram just to see what will come up. And then I went to Quadrum first to like look. And then I went to August. And I think I ended up picking every single piece that I wanted from August, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
it's
think there might be one ship from Quadrum, but like you said, August has the best
such an
collection.
incredible selection.
Yeah.
Yeah, so incredible. One time I tried on the snake necklace there that was like, it's just like all snakes. I'll have to share a picture of that on
Cool.
Instagram, but
You know
really
what?
collection.
I was just gonna say these earrings, a lot of her earrings have this look of like a really long like ear hoop and then a dangle. And I really love these. And there's another one coming up that has like a similar shape. But the other one I love, which I think is worth mentioning, which it was really hard to not put on this list, was those birds she has that hang and they like cup, right? They cup the little pearl or stone.
I guess it's like supposed to be an egg.
An egg. Oh, I didn't even realize what that was. It's so pretty. But they have the same feeling. It's like she has this like approach that is so her, that makes it just, it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh, a fish. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
I've never like
Fish earrings. I don't know. I need them.
yeah.
I do need them. I think about them a lot. I think about all of the we chose 5 pieces each. I had mine instantly. I didn't even, they were already in my save folder. They're pieces I think about almost daily.
Okay. I do. I know I keep talking about the ships. I think about those all the time.
I think about them all the time.
Those are like number one. And beyond that, I think about the ring you have a lot. And I tried for this to like dig a little bit deeper into stuff that was not so iconic for her, but that I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, I love this next necklace you chose.
Oh,
they're mouse bones.
Yeah, like she cast the mouse bones.
Yeah, so pretty. You wouldn't guess that.
I know, right? And it's like the mix of stones in there. So beautiful. It's like, this reminds me of Judy Geib in the way that like both of them can take something and something you wouldn't expect and make it into something so beautiful.
Yeah, so delicate and pretty and elegant. I'm sure you'd shock people wearing this when you're like, oh, it's mouse bones.
Like, what? I mean, that's true. I love a conversation piece for sure. But I think too, like this piece really reminded me of that experience of visiting her studio, because she's in the, upper New York, right? And in the country. And while a lot of her pieces reflect nature, this one really speaks to like her lifestyle there, right? Like there's definitely mice living around that studio. It's in the middle of nowhere. And I'm sure she found a dead mouse and picked it up, right? And then cast the bones. Like I'm sure this was something very organic from the life that she lives. And I think that is so beautiful. Like that really like made, when I saw this, I was like, wow, she's like making art from what's around her. I love that.
I love that. She's such a, even though she's like drawing from nature, there's also like such a incredible eye for design in what she's doing too. Like the stone she's choosing to, and the placement of the bones just feels so
Yeah. Right. And so respectful of nature as well with that mix, I think. Yeah.
yeah. There's like an ease to all of her pieces. Like she's not trying too hard to do anything. It's just like feels like it's just coming
Yeah.
from.
Right. Yeah. That's a great way to describe it.
I feel like a fangirl.
I know, right? I'm like, we could have probably done like 20 items from Gabriella.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do one a year so you guys don't get over it, right?
Yeah, totally. So this is one of her little gemstone rings. I think this is like another must-have if you're collecting Gabriella Kiss. I chose this sweet little aquamarine. But what I really need is like a big stack. These are, I didn't take this photo, but these are Gabriella's hands again, and her stacks, but you need a few. You need to kind of curate your own big gemstone stack, I think.
I have to say, I did consider putting a gemstone ring on here, but there were way too many.
There's too many options.
I was like, I can't believe she was able to pick one. Like,
this one is sold too. This one is, I would never be able to find this exact ring again. But I did look for a while. I knew I wanted aquamarine. I've just been into aquamarine since my baby was born in March. And it's just such a, yeah, I didn't know much about the stone beforehand, and I've never been a blue stone kind of gal, but it's like comes in such soft blues. I'm just into it.
It's so pretty. I was really digging the emeralds that they have at August on their website. It's just so pretty the way she does.
Emeralds are another stone I've been drawn to recently.
But let's talk about how she sets this, because I think
right, a little portrait, kind of like she's framing it, like really simply and beautifully.
Yeah, and that little drip of gold, right, holding it in there, like those. It's like such a. It's like she just stretched the gold to make a prong. Right? She's just like, let me just like pull that gold down. But what I love about this, like seeing this close up, is that that's her signature, right? Like we see that on many of her stones, that she sets this like really beautiful setting. But it reminds me of Ted Mueling, because he does something very, has that very signature approach. And Gabrielle also does it with earrings when she has that like gold rod at the top, right? Yep. But I think worth noting that Gabriella and Ted are very close, and Gabriella worked with him for many, many years. And I think it shows here, like in both their work, that this always reminds me of that relationship.
Yeah, definitely. But what's interesting is that they're definitely, you can see like that they're complementary of each other. Yeah. But they still have their own really distinct signatures.
Yeah. Someone needs to write a book about those two.
Yeah.
That would be a really good book.
That would be a good book.
Yeah. You want to do that? Let's get on that. There you go. I would love that book, because those two are so interesting. I remember when I first heard Ted speak was at Pratt, and he doesn't love to speak in public, and he brought Gabriella along to speak for him. It was like really an amazing moment, though, to see those two together speaking about their work.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
I know, I feel really lucky that I saw that.
Yeah, that's such
they could speak at the book
studio too.
Yeah, right. Well, you should write the book and then I'll go with you.
I think we co-write the book. I think we could.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
If there's any publishers out there watching
who want to make this book, it would be really good. I mean, it's so, I think there's so many interesting relationships in jewelry, and like to think about the future, right? To think about the legacy of these two artists, and what will the future hold for these two brands is interesting. I don't want them to disappear.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think Gabriella Kiss needs more people to love her. She definitely has a tight fan base. Like people are collectors. There are a lot of avid collectors.
Yeah.
But sometimes I still feel like I want to introduce her to more people. Like when I post my ring on social media, it's always the one I get the most questions about anytime it's in stock.
Yeah, so cool.
So good. So these are different. I actually haven't seen these before.
Oh yeah. I am obsessed with this picture. I've never seen these in person. Actually, I've seen her mushrooms because she does mushrooms in all sorts of iterations. But I don't even know where this picture is from, to be honest. I've just had it for a long time. These are they're like artwork. I feel though I couldn't pull it off. I don't feel like I could pull off this look. It's like way too deep into like rich woman or art teacher culture for me to like be able to pull it off, but I love them.
I think I could see you wearing them, but maybe two. Maybe I'd want to wear two.
Well, there's 4, so we could both have 2.
Both wear two. I love it. The texture of her mushrooms is so incredible. And then with them on the cuff, on the black and silver background, I just like really sets them off.
Yeah. We should write to her and ask her about these pieces.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Because I wonder, what are they on? Is it wood?
Yeah, I guessed like an oxidized silver, but
You're probably right.
But I don't know. The texture of both what they're sitting on and the mushrooms themselves is just really incredible.
Yeah, man, these are like,
and these are made out of metal. Like, I mean, it just blows my mind what some metalsmiths and goldsmiths can do.
It's crazy. I know, right? I just imagine seeing some stranger, not a strange person, a stranger at like, I don't know, I'm walking on the street and they're coming out of like the opera or something, and and I'm like, when I see these, I think of the woman who would wear them, and I would definitely stop her and ask her a lot of questions about these. They're so pretty.
So pretty. I love it. So here we are to the big finale.
Okay. Shocking.
Yeah, and this is me actually wearing them at
oh my god,
Quadrum, and that's my slug stud there.
That's a good combo.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
Wow.
I need these. I mean, like, we need them. We need them.
We do. They look so good on you.
Thanks.
Are they heavy?
You know, this was years ago. I don't remember them being heavy. I remember them being perfect.
That's such a good response. Yes. You know, I saw these when I was at her studio. It's weird sometimes when you're around jewelry. I feel like it's so beautiful. I dare not try it on. That's how I felt like nervous about them because I like love them so much. But like, are you seeing these with what are probably sapphires at the bottom? Just a million sapphires at the bottom. Like, it's so good. I can't.
It's so good. And then there's other boats too, because you use all boats, any boat.
All the boats. Well, so I love these canoes.
Yeah, I love the canoes. You could wear them every day. You could wear them with the fish that we showed.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, they remind me of the fish. Yeah.
And then I threw in the mother of pearl ones too, because I wouldn't mind those either.
No, those are good too. Yeah. I mean, how does it's like, oh, I'm going to make a ship, but then I'm also going to make a canoe and a mother of pearl. They're so simple, but you still want those too. It's like, wow. There were a lot of ships. I saved a lot of ship pictures as I was preparing this. I want all of them.
I know. I love the ships. I don't know what else to say about it. They're just, I don't know. They're perfect.
I don't know either, but yeah, someday.
You should
we sell our book, maybe.
Oh yeah, when we do our first book signing or book shop with Gabriella, because we'll be close friends by then.
Exactly. Exactly. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so I don't know how to close this out.
No, there you go. Ship.
I'd
I
love
guess
to hear. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I guess we do this. What's on your wish list? Tell us.
Yeah, and I'd love to know specifically what's on your Gabriella Kiss wish list
Mm,
or what's in your Gabriella Kiss collection. I'd be so
yeah.
excited to hear that.
Oh,
And
yeah. I'd love to see that too. That'd be great. Okay, great. Well, we'll be back probably with hoops next month.
yeah, I think we're talking hoops next month.
Do it.
We'll see you then.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.